Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Coco G Show with your host, Coco, me. How are you? So, I'm here to review the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And, child, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a bumpy ride. I think it's going to be a little crazy. Um, I have lots of thoughts, and I'm sure you do too. Um, Please hit that like, subscribe, and share. Also, everything in this video is my opinion, in my opinion only, um, and it's fair use. So let's get into it. It opens with Portia. She's like out, it looked like she's about to take a run or something, try to clear her head. She's talking about how she didn't really know her husband, who he really was, and she started noticing, just weird stuff like, you know, like she said they would go to the airport and she wondered why they were, going through the regular security instead of the special security. Um, I guess, and I got the feeling that it wasn't just a special security thing. I think that basically there was no more private jets because of they show us in the opening that Simon actually owed almost $1 million in private jet fees that he has not paid. Yeah. 900,000, 900K and some change. It was bad. And she was noticing that they were having financial struggles and things weren't, what she thought that they would be, which is honestly, maybe she probably should have left him where he was. Sometimes things that look good ain't always good for you. And just because I know when her season 13, where she was there and it almost seems like Portia wants us to sympathize with her and forget how she got her man. I'm like, okay, it's been since 2021, since we last saw the Housewives. So my take on that is that Portia thought that 3 years we would forget and everyone else would forget. Because you remember when she quit, I remember when she quit and I was thinking, because they showed at the end of the season how basically she and Simon, because we all learned that her and Simon were together. And I'm like, well, wasn't that Fallon's husband? Am I wrong? I was like, that Fallon's husband. So that to me in itself was crazy. It was strange. I don't understand what she was expecting, but I think some of the newbies are going to give her a run for her money. So she goes on and she talks about the financial struggles. She lost the trust because he didn't have the bag like she thought. And it just became too much. So she filed for divorce. They then go on to show us Shamia. And that I was like blown away. Shamia has a beautiful home. Like her home is beautiful. That girlfriend got elevators. Okay? She has elevators in her house. I think she had an elevator, had to take an elevator to get to an elevator. It was crazy. It was awesome. I loved it. And she goes on to share that, she's an actress, a singer, a dancer, and a host, which I knew of a couple of those. I did not know that Shamia was an actress and a singer, but she is, I think she used to sing. She did something with Ronnie DeVoe's wife, I believe. Anyway, she has a $9 million mansion, which was the second highest sale in Atlanta. Her house, like I said, is fabulous. Meanwhile, Portia, her BFF, is over there struggling and fighting with Simon to have a house to film in. So, I think that is going to be the root of a lot of the tension between Shamia and Portia. Because, Shamia was fine and good when she was in the background. Now, Shamia got more going for herself than anybody else on there right now. Anybody. Shamia then goes on and she talks about her struggles. She had problems and complications with her babies. The last one stayed in the hospital for quite a bit, so it sounded like the baby was in NICU or something for a while. We learned that her and her husband been together for 10 years. So if I believe, she's like the only married cast member on the whole show. Because when they went down the line, everybody was divorced except for Shamia. Like, Shamia has everything that Portia and some of the others may want, but she got the real deal. And my hat's off to her. Go. You go, girl. You go. Then they, bring us to Drew and Kenya hanging out. And Drew is talking about her divorce to Ralph. And she's saying how, it's a real poop show. And she's saying that, Ralph is living in the basement. He's a basement dweller now. She has to leave the house like every first and third weekend, and it just sounds like a lot. And she says that Ralph is being very petty. But on the other hand, we also know from experience that Drew could be a little much herself. So it's, I understand, like, he was the one. Well, I know we all know he cheated. It sounded like something like she had a little something going on too. So she's then crazy thing is Drew then goes on and drops, like, she's just talking matter of fact, like, to Kenya, and she's like, oh yeah, and I'm working with Dennis on my music. He's my partner. And I'm like, can you ask the question I would have asked, which is, does Portia know? Because, Portia don't play. She beat Drew's behind over that man, especially since Simon didn't work out. Okay? So, she blurted that out, and Kenya was like, she asked her, she was like, does Portia know? And, what's the deal? And she's like, oh, Ralph told me. She tried to play coy. She's like, oh, Ralph told me he'll talk to her. That's a quite, look, I'm sorry, Dennis will talk to her. My thing is, Dennis wasn't going to have that conversation with Portia like that if he had good sense. Because we all know Portia, she gets mad, she gets a little crazy. She tried to beat up his mama. So I'm like, where are we going with this? And my other question was, when did the hot dog man become a producer? And if you're trying to do something in music and you really trying to get out there and do something with your music, I ain't going to the hot dog man. I'm going to find me all the producers in daggone Atlanta. And she went to go she done found the hot dog man as a producer? Since when does he produce anything but hot dogs? I don't know, y'all. That's going to be interesting. So I couldn't wait to see what Portia had to say about that. So Kenya asked, then they go on to the new girls. We got Kelly Farrell at a tea party for her daughter who turned 17. So Kelly is a restaurateur. She has her own Nana's Chicken and Waffles restaurant, which it sounds like she has more than one, and it's doing really well. She's also makes her own syrup, the waffle mix. She's got a cookbook coming out. So, she's already promoting her stuff already. She's got 4 girls and she is divorced. And I take it that her husband cheated on her, and you'll understand when we get further along that way. But yeah, so at the birthday party, she talks about her girls and her restaurants and what she's doing. And then her daughter, 17-year-old daughter, she gave her 17 designer handbags for her birthday. So they were like just bringing them in. The girl she got some nice bags. Like, I'm 56. Can I get 56 handbags? That's all I want. I won't ask for nothing else. Let me give you 56 handbags. So then they get to, sorry. So, they go through all that, and it was interesting, to say the least. She's going to be somebody to watch. Matter of fact, both the newbies, but the one, I'm going to say this. Kelly is going to be she's going to be the one. Her and Portia, I don't think they're going to get along too good. Not if she keeps up with bringing up the fact that Portia, you know what happened. But we'll get to that. Let's go back. So, Kelly's there. They then go into Portia again. Of course, we have to have a Portia back at the lawyer's office. Portia coming back, getting a divorce. We got a little bit of, she talked about Simon and how he sent her a cease and desist so that she cannot film in the house. I'm interested to see because the lawyer said that he was going to fight to, make it so that he has no control over that, and that she can't, and to make it so she is able to film in the house. She keeps saying that it's, he's messing with her money by her not being able to film in the house. So, we got the waterworks and the tears and all that. And I'm just like, Portia girl. I can't with her. I cannot. I don't know. I'm just having a hard time. I'm having a hard time just sympathizing right now. I tried to, but last night she made it hard. So then, they leave, go on to show Shamia, Kelly, and Britt. And they're out to dinner together. And Britt asks, like out the gate, Shamia sits down, little chit chat, and then boom. Why she steal that? Why she take that woman's husband? Like out the gate, she was like, "Why she steal that husband?" That because she was telling her about the different girls. Oh, this person be there, that person be. And when she mentioned Portia, she was like, "I just want to know why she took that woman's husband." Shamia didn't like that, so Shamia got pissed. Kinda. She was a little like, I think she was getting pissed because she says, "But you don't know her." And Kelly was like, "I don't need to know her. I just want to know why she stole that woman's husband." Shamia kept trying to, talk her down, like, "Girl, no, you ain't doing this. We ain't doing this." And she stood her ground. She's like, "What? I just want to know why she took that woman's husband. Hell, I want to know why she took the woman's husband, especially since it was nothing to take. You made yourself look like a clown over a clown that don't have no money." Mm. So, Shamia, then goes and meets up with Portia. And of course, Shamia is going to tell her BFF, "Hey, this is what Kelly said." Portia was not happy, of course. They talked, they talked about it, and she was like, why is she, what's she talking about? "Portia, you stole the woman's husband. She's not wrong. She is not wrong. You stole him. Want your husband. She was married. That was your friend. You introduced her as your friend. And you wonder why everybody's looking at you crazy when you introduced this woman as your friend. That was your first mistake." Anywho, they go on to talk about, somehow Drew's name comes up. And Portia has a problem with the way Drew moves, which I think is funny that she has a problem with the way Drew is moving. So remember I said the hot dog man is supposedly producing music for Drew. Drew and Portia, I ain't gonna say they were like, they was all right. They was not, I mean, they was about as cool as they're gonna be. Okay. And so I guess Drew didn't say anything to Portia, has not said anything to Portia about, "Hey, I'm seeing your guy." Or I'm, doing music with your guy, not seeing your guy, but, "Hey, I'm making music with Dennis." Simple conversation. She ain't said nothing to Portia. She's like, "I'm going to let Hot Dog Man take care of that." So, yeah, Portia feels some type of way about it. So, yeah, let's see how that works out. Especially, like I said, Portia has no room to talk about anybody and how they move. You took your friend's husband because you brought her on the show. You took her husband. By the end of the season, you were with her man, okay? Let's just put it out there. You were with her man. How do you get to talk about how anybody moves? That's crazy to me. That's crazy work. That is crazy work. So now, it comes, everybody's going to Shamia's birthday party. It's her 42nd birthday. Everybody's there except for Portia. So Portia goes ahead, or no, not Portia, but so they show everybody arriving and everything. The home is beautiful. Everybody's talking, drinking and everything, having a good time. And Cynthia and Kenya start talking about Portia and Kelly because they had heard about, Kelly, got upset because so Kelly gets upset because Shamia went back and told Portia what she said. What'd you think? That's her best friend. If you don't want it to get back, then don't say it. That's her best friend. So don't get mad about it. And Kenya kind of question, well, why are you mad? That's her best friend. What'd you think she was going to do? High five, Kenya. I agree. I'm with you on that one. So then Cynthia and Kenya go step away and they're talking and stuff. And they bring up the Portia Kelly thing. Well, so Kenya says, hide your husband, hide your wife. Talking about Portia. And they bust out laughing. And I'm like, oh Lord. Here we go. So Kenya starts questioning Kelly because they go back with the group, and Kenya's questioning Kelly as to why she's mad. Shamia told her bestie. Kelly once again said, well, why does she have to steal that woman's husband? She ain't letting it go. Like, she don't care. She is not letting it go. And it's probably a bad way to come in where you haven't even met this person yet, and you're harping and already trying to, I don't know if she's trying to, earn her way in, on the Housewives or whatever, but she ain't letting it go. I mean, it's like a dog with a bone, and I'm just like, stop it. You go sit down. Sorry, my dog is acting crazy, looking at me all nuts. Anyway, so she just wouldn't let it go. So she kept talking about, hey, well. So there was an exchange between Britt and Kenya. And Britt, like, Kenya says hi to everybody. Britt was like, well, hi. Like, and she was like, hi, like, don't forget to speak to me. And it's like, girl, calm down. You know how Kenya is. I don't care what nobody says. You have that one to two people on every show, housewife show and stuff like that does not like they're standoffish or don't really like to deal with new people. You see it on, on ROC, Real Housewives OC. Vicky Gunvalson, she was bad about that. What's the other was Shannon Bedore. She's another. Can't stand have nobody new around. Giselle Bryant, she could be funny with new people too. She's very standoffish, And so I guess Kenya, gave hugs out to the people she knew. And I'm sorry. Britt was like, well, she basically was like, I need a hug and a hello like you did everybody else. Let me tell you something. I'm kind of like with Kenya on this. See, my husband says I got stranger danger Meaning, if you don't know me, don't come up to me putting your hands on me. Don't try to hug me. Matter of fact, you stand back there. Like, I social distance before there was social distancing. If I don't know you, don't touch me. And I'm damn sure not gonna give you a hug. I don't know you like that. And I think that was kind of Kenya's thing. She was like, bro, slow down. We haven't met each other yet. Nice to meet you. Stand over there. Okay. And I get that. But Britt felt some type of way and she kept like kind of pushing the issue. And it was like, girl, sit down. Bye. So and this is just my thought. My thought process is just by some little comments and the way Kenya was acting, I believe that Kenya had already went and did her own little investigation of Britt, and she felt some type of way. I think that before they started filming, I bet you any money, Kenya knew everything about that girl. So I think that's going to, so I'm seeing, because we all know that something happens between Britt and Kenya. And I'm just wondering, I don't know if it's the editing or what, but I just feel like Kenya already clocked this girl. So whatever she's feeling about her and the way she's being cold and standoffish and ignoring her makes me think that Kenya did her own little investigating. You know how Kenya is. Come on. So I wouldn't be surprised. We also get to meet Angela Oakley, who was, and let me put some respect on it. These basketball wives, damn. So Angela Oakley, her and her husband, I don't know if I feel like, I don't know. I just don't feel like she's a good fit already. Like something, I don't know. I don't know if it was her personality or something. I just wasn't feeling it. Was not feeling it. And her husband kind of, I don't know. He just kind of gave me Peter Thompson vibes or Peter Thomas vibes. You tell me what you think, but that's what I got out of it. He kind of, I don't know. He felt Peterish. If that's not a word, but I just made it up. Peterish. He's Peterish. But I don't know. We'll just have to see and wait on those two. I'm just like, So as Kenya continued to ignore Britt, Britt's like throwing her ring in people's face. Oh yeah, I got 10 carats. I got 10 carats. I got 10 carats. I got 10 carats. Well, Kenya asked her, well, she had said, well, this is the anniversary of the first ring. So I got this 10 carat ring. What she was trying to tell her is he upgraded her ring. And Kia was like, what? You not had two husbands? She asked her if she had two husbands. She was like, no. I've only had one husband. But yeah, Kia was like, so why are you throwing this ring in my face? Which it's a big, beautiful, big ring. Wasn't my type. I don't like the cut of it, but I mean, she's very proud of her upgrade. So all this is going on. Shamia, makes her entrance, and Portia's still late, still not there. So Britt and her husband kind of clocked that, Kenya gave her a little nice nasty. And, she was just like offended and all upset. And it's like, girl, stop. Who goes to a party and starts throwing the ring in people's faces saying, that's my anniversary of the first ring or something. I got this for the anniversary of my first ring. She's just doing that over and over and over. It's like, girl, calm down. There's a lot of married women around here with rings on. They're not throwing them in people's faces. It's weird. But that's just me. So Shamia's husband comes over, and I love seeing those two together. You could see that they have a really good, loving relationship, which you don't see on Housewives that much. And hopefully she doesn't stay. Hopefully her and her husband are, hopefully the two of them together are able to get, to make it through this Housewives thing without it being a problem. It seems like, a lot of times when they get on these housewife shows, we've seen a lot of marriages break up. That I would never want for her. I've always liked Shamia. I've always wanted her to be a housewife. So to have her actually as a housewife, I think it's great. I think she needs to get out of Portia's shadow and shine, period. So, her husband comes up and, he's like, not her husband. A lady walks in while the ladies are together, and she walks up and she's like, we need you outside for your gift. And everybody, they're like, oh, shoot. So they knew it was going to be something big. They get out there, and he's got a beautiful Rolls Royce for Shamia. Absolutely beautiful. And she, it was just great. All of a sudden, like this party has been going on for a hot minute. Okay, they've been there a while. You see, she's getting, she goes to jump in her new car. Here come Portia, the bestie, the BFF. She walks up, hey, like nothing's happening. It's like, and Shmia's looking at her like, what? Like, really? Like, you're late. You're like really late. Like, hell, I would think that the party was almost over by that time. But of course, Portia is Portia, and she walks in like she do nothing wrong. Everything's good. That was my best friend. Let me tell you something. When my best friend was living, we would go and do something, we'd go do it up for her birthday, go stay in St. Pete, and, do this whole thing. Let me tell you something. I have never been late. When she asked me to be there for something, I was there. God knows I wish she was still here, but I was never late. When she had something, I was there. And that's what your best friend does. Your best friend should have been there before the daggone party even started, saying, girl, what can I do to help? What you need. Are you good? Portia ain't giving me that. Like, it's just weird to see how, if you think about how Portia was when she first came on the show, she was meek. Had to find her own voice. Always scared of what her husband was going to think. And then Portia turned into Tatiana. She got divorced and then just went wild. And it seems like she just does not care about other people's feelings. And, you know, I don't know. To me, a good friend would have been there saying, how can I help? What can I do? Let's get ready. I'll come to your house. We'll get dressed together. Hey, something like that. What should show up? She might as well just not even come. I mean, dang on, the party's almost over. So, um, they go and they're, like I said, she walks up during the whole, um, you know, Shamia getting her new car. The Rolls Royce is beautiful. She makes her little excuses or whatever, and then, she tries to apologize for being late. Um, it's just something else. So, then let's see. So I guess then all the ladies are back inside. They're sitting around, and they tell Portia about what Kelly had said. And Portia gets pissed because she's like, well, I don't care. I said, well, why she take that woman's husband? The woman will not stop. She's relentless on that. So Portia then ends up, getting pissed off. And she's like, I don't even want to talk to you no more. So she then, she's, it's the back and forth again. And then finally she just walks off and it's like, that chick is weird. Which is kind of weird that you keep saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it, knowing that this what you think she's gonna be your BFF after this? No, girl, you gonna get some real Portia hate. It's gonna get sticky. So if that's the way she wanted to come on the show, that's probably not the best way to come in. At least, have somebody introduce you before you start talking smack about somebody else. I'm not saying she was wrong about what she said, but her delivery, and it's at a party for Shamia. If she got her issue with Portia and she want to know what is what and why Portia did this, that, and the other, then she should have waited and asked her at an appropriate time. It was not appropriate at Shamia's party. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, it's kind of inappropriate to do when y'all ain't even met yet and you talking stuff. So I don't know, but I think that's gonna be a lot of attention. See, Portia thought 3 years ago she skipped out and can't nobody question her or say nothing about her marriage. You fast forward 4 years later, and it's still coming up. Ain't nobody forgot Portia. Nobody has forgotten what you did. But, to each his own. So then Portia and Drew start talking. And apparently Drew had a party and she didn't invite any of the ladies. Portia said, well, I was invited. And Drew kind of was like, huh? And she was like, well, I invited Dennis. She's like, I know. She's like, well, you didn't come. She's like, yeah, I know. So it's needless to say, Portia ain't happy with Drew. And Drew, if there's nothing going on, she need to stop acting coy because she does that a lot. And I'm not a big Drew fan, but I just find her a bit annoying, and she kind of makes up drama when there's no drama. But I think this Dennis thing is going to be some drama. It's going to be a whole lot of drama. So, Portia, let's see. So then Portia at the end finally looks at Drew and says, "Are you and Dennis dating?" And look on Drew's face. My mouth dropped. I was like, "We getting there? We going there now?" And then it goes off. So I don't know how this season's go. I think this season's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be very good. I think Portia's going to have a lot to answer for. Hell, I'll even say, go as far as to say, come the reunion, it's going to be probably Portia and, well, Kenya, they took her off, so she probably won't be in the reunion. But Portia, she definitely is going to be in the hot seat. I think Kelly might, I don't know. She seems like she's going to be that person that likes to stir that pot. Britt, we already know there's going to be drama between her and Kenya. And after their, like I said, after their little go around at the party and the nice nasty, I'm thinking seriously, I think Kenya did look her up and already had formed an opinion and decided she didn't want nothing to do with her. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment and leave comments. Let me know. What do you think? Do you think that Portia is going to be in the hot seat most of this year because she did not get the backlash when she started up with Simon? Remember, at the end of that season, they let us know that, hey, Portia and Simon were together. I think that everything that they didn't get answers for last year's reunion when she, I'm thinking we're going to get it this year because Portia really thought people were going to forget, and she acts like it's just an innocent thing. And it's like, no, girl, you stole somebody's husband that you brought on TV. You went to her house. You called her your friend, and then you stole her man. The funny thing is, it's almost like a joke. Like, Portia is the punchline because Simon don't got no damn money. Simon owes almost $1 million just for private jets. That is crazy to me. And you remember, her and her family were flying back and forth during that when Portia and Simon were going to get married, and they went to the islands or whatever. All that flying back, they flew the family. Everybody was on private jets. That's crazy work to me. And now he has nothing. And another thing, I don't know if you guys heard, but I know that Simon has been, got deported. Yeah. I don't care what she says. I still think Portia did that. I think she told on him. I think she got that. I think she got hemmed up by ICE. Tell me what you think. Also, like, subscribe, and share. See you next Sunday. Bye.